Morning everybody, I'm delighted to be here today. My name is Debra Jayne Gotch and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and what happened to me in my brain tumour journey. Now, before I actually get started, I know it is a sensitive topic and I am going to speak quite honestly about what happened to me, and in particular some of the emotional difficulties that I experienced, because obviously it is quite a traumatic experience in there. Now, in the next 30 minutes, I want to go through a little bit about what's happened right now in my life and where I'm at, so you can see clearly it has been a success with my treatment and how I've overcome this tumour, but also really looking at what life was like beforehand as well, and how I handled the diagnosis, as well as going through the treatment itself and the recovery period. Now, I've actually put together some positivity tips as well, which there's 12 in total. We're going to cover about 6 of those today, and these are things that are very simple to do but enabled me to stay very positive throughout the whole journey. So I do hope that you can take some of those on board and try them for yourself and get that same success as I have. Now, there are questions possibly that you want to ask, and I just wanted to let you know that I am here all day, because I do realise that some questions perhaps are a bit sensitive once more. So if you do want to approach me afterwards, please come and see me, won't you? Don't hesitate. Okay, so I'll start off with what's happening right now in my life. And basically, my tumour began 6 years ago. On the 4th of February 2006, life just changed overnight. I was rushed into hospital and diagnosed with a meningioma brain tumour that was on the left frontal lobe in my brain. Everything that I had planned, everything I'd hoped for and seen in my future was in shatters. Everything just stopped and stood still. And really, I wanted to do nothing more than to get back to normality as quick as possible and to carry on living my life, but I had no idea how I would do that. I had to take every step, day at a time, day by day, and as I did so, there were certain things that I did to help me through that journey. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to get happy again, in fact, but I'm glad to say that I actually did. I'm very happily married, I have a beautiful little girl, and I do a job which I am so passionate about, and that's life coaching. I retrained in 2008 as a coach, and that just enlightened everything and helped me really make sense of my own journey as a tumour. And what I do now is I work with people to help ease away the stress and tension in their lives, help to reduce anxiety, but also to create that optimum work-life balance as well. So it gives people that freedom and the time to really enjoy life. Now, in the last 12 months as well, I've been more actively involved with the brain tumour charities and awareness, and I have been to London, and we did do the consortium, working with them to lobby in Parliament and really raise more awareness with the Brain Tumour Manifesto and really helping getting more treatments available and more focus on brain tumours. So that really, really did help. In support of that, you can see me at the top here, where I've actually been on the local radio and shared my story and raising the profile of brain tumours. And also I've been in the local newspaper and in the national papers as well. And the thing that I'm really excited about, and I never thought would really happen, was actually I'm going to be a published author at the beginning of next year. I've written a book about my journey, and I've really highlighted the emotional and mental difficulties that we go through during that time, dealing with loss, dealing with fear, dealing with all the what-ifs that go through the brain and through your mind, and dealing with everything with what you go through the different stages. So I hope that helps as well to help people get through that experience as well more positively. And in support of that too, putting my skills together as what I've done with coaching and how you can actually change your thinking on things to make things, even in the worst case scenario, seem so much better, and you can still get that inner fulfillment. I've put together a program which will also be launching early next year to help with each of those emotional stages. So you can actually get through that. Before the tumour, life was fantastic. I was a very happy child. I was very healthy and had lots of friends, loving family, very lucky. And as I grew older, I wanted a career really focusing where I could actually support and help people, make them feel good. And I trained as a beauty therapist and had a fantastic career for 20 years in that industry, working on cruise ships, travelled the world, managing the spas there, had some fantastic times. And also done training and been a business mentor to salon owners as well. So it's covered quite a lot of different aspects, but very much hands-on, dealing with people and the public. And along with really just probably about 3 years or so before I actually had the tumour manifest itself in the form of fits, I actually experienced quite a lot of different symptoms that, to be honest, we didn't actually have any idea there would be a tumour around the corner. I thought it was stress related. And many of them were headaches, some of them completely disabling. Sometimes I'd wake up in the morning and feel like I had an axe buried in my head. I found it difficult to walk, it was so painful. And there was also incredible nausea with that too. I also found that I couldn't think so clearly either, and my energy levels really deteriorated. So I did go to the doctor and say to him I was a bit concerned about these things and these changes within me. Didn't really get the response I wanted, it was a bit of a dead end, and he did say that I think it's stress related, so go and do less work. But at the time I had my own business, and it was very stressful actually, so I couldn't really do much about it because many of the things that were going wrong within that area were out of my control. So I had to carry on, which I did. I did go back to the doctors a second time because there was no improvement there and the headaches did worsen. And I also had head tremors as well, started to shake a little bit. He told me this time that, again, nothing to worry about, just go and eat more frequently, because I was initially concerned that I had diabetes, trying desperately to find some reason as to why my health had started to really deteriorate and get these headaches and things, but no answers were given. What I decided to do was quite a bold move, and that was to remove myself from the business. I sold it on, and I was very excited in one aspect because doing that enabled me to have the time to start a family and get married. And that's my husband there, Mike. And I was so lucky, I did manage to fall pregnant very quickly, and that's me looking rather elegant with my lovely big belly. And I was so excited, as I say, to get pregnant, and all my world seemed to change and focus around that. But I did notice that although the headaches did stop during my pregnancy, other symptoms started to appear. I found that my fatigue just increased dramatically. It was difficult just to get up from a chair after watching maybe a little bit of TV. The energy I had to use to lift myself out of the chair was unreal. It just didn't match being a few weeks pregnant. Just very bizarre. Also, my sense of smell went off the radar. I would choke on car fumes literally about 100 metres away and didn't really understand. But once again, we put these symptoms down to hormonal changes, pregnancy, being quite a mature lady having a baby. I was 38 years old at the time, and we thought really it's possibly nothing really sinister, it's just something that my body is going through and I'm having to deal with. As the pregnancy progressed, I did notice that my personality started to change as well. And I started to write lists. It became a little bit fanatical almost, and very inquisitive, and my nature changed in respect of that. I seemed to be aggressive, asking quite interrogating questions and things, so completely out of nature to the person that I am. And unbeknown to us all this time, not only was my baby growing, but the tumour was growing as well.